I'm moving away to the big action that is taking place in Karnataka now. Finally, as far as the Congress is concerned, the Karnataka CM battle was ended. Siddaramaiah was officially announced as the next Chief Minister of the state and DK Shivakumar as his deputy. A CLP meet has been called for this evening in Bengaluru. The story, though, wouldn't end there. The Congress party has just resolved the CM conundrum. Next task is to pick the cabinet ministers. Many are expecting that they were expecting that there will be multiple deputy chief ministers, but that hasn't happened. So now leaders will start expecting cabinet berths, and everybody is after what is, quote, become the lingo, plum portfolio. Congress sources have told CNN News18 that there might be 20 to 30 ministers and all leaders from different communities will be inducted. The situation, remember, is similar to what happened in Rajasthan 5 years ago, where Sachin Pilot was credited for Congress's victory in the state, but Chief Minister's post went to Ashok Gehlot. Pilot was made the deputy. Since then, even that rotational formula hasn't kicked in, and that's the story in Chhattisgarh too. So the question definitely arises, will DK Shivakumar truly be happy with this decision? Can Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar actually work together peacefully? Will this truce prevail between the two, not just for the next 1 year till 2024, but for the duration of this government? Now, just before that official announcement, these are pictures on your screen. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar met the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge at his residence. They clicked a winning team picture together. Of course, this is to project unity within the Karnataka unit. Let's talk about the formula that has been announced by the Congress party. So Siddaramaiah is to take the oath as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. DK Shivakumar will be the deputy now, and the only deputy, even though earlier he was resisting even this post. DK Shivakumar, though, will continue as the KPCC president till 2024. We are being told the oath-taking ceremony will now be held in Bengaluru on May 20 in the afternoon. Meanwhile, a rebellion of sorts has started in Karnataka, with two other tall leaders of the Congress party raising notes of disapproval and disappointment. G. Parmeshwara, Congress's Dalit face, is unhappy after he has missed out on both the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister's post. Remember, this is the third time that he can feel he has been denied a Chief Minister's post. Meanwhile, MB Patil, Lingayat face of the Congress party, is also dejected after he was overlooked for the deputy post. He shot off a warning of sorts that Congress needs to take all communities together. In fact, G. Parmeshwara gave a similar reaction. Let's listen in.
No, I deserve the Chief Minister. Why only Deputy Chief Minister? But at least if the party has to take everybody together, run up to the parliament election, everybody should together work for that. And I am sure the High Command knows that.
The big question we're debating next, as the Chief Minister is set, Siddaramaiah has won, but will this truce prevail between the two warring leaders?
We had made a one-line resolution that whatever the High Command will take a decision, we will abide by it. Ultimately, Rahulji called me and said, you all have to work together. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge called us and gave this dikat. We all have accepted whatever the formula has been generated.
The only rotation formula or power formula is service of the people as servants of the people.
Our party is the party who believe in consensus, not in dictatorship.
Question is exactly what placated DK Shivakumar, who was not agreeing to being a deputy or even a power sharing formula. Now, Congress sources tell us it has happened because the Gandhis called him, and specifically Sonia Gandhi gave assurances to him. Meanwhile, while the Congress may not say so on record, off record, there could be an understanding that DK Shivakumar may be made Chief Minister after 2024, after the 2024 general elections. On this and more, I want to go across to my colleagues, Senior Editor Pallavi Ghosh and my colleague Harish Upadhyay, joining us from Delhi and Bengaluru respectively. Pallavi, I'm coming to you first up, because everybody is wondering exactly what would have convinced DK Shivakumar suddenly when he was not agreeing to either power sharing or a deputy position. So as your sources are telling us, could it be, they're not saying this publicly, but behind closed doors, there's an understanding that once 2024 general elections are done, they could change the chief minister?
Well, I mean, the indications are certainly there, though when we act a press conference, I specifically asked this question to Mr. K.C. Venugopal. He's saying the only rotation of power is going to be with the people of Karnataka. There's no question of a rotation of power. They've said it on record. But, you know, we did not even ask him this question, but on his own, he made the point that he's going to continue to remain the Congress chief till the Lok Sabha elections, which means the importance of Shivakumar till Lok Sabha elections is definitely there. Also, the Congress doesn't want to rock the boat. See, for argument's sake, if today they had announced a rotation system, one, I guess it would have made Siddaramaiah and his camp a little jittery. Second, the perception within the Congress top leadership is it would have made him look weak. I mean, after all, who would want to listen to a chief minister who's going to be around for only 2.5 years? And third is, as Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, and more so I would say Rajasthan example shows, that tug of war, that Noora Kushti will always be taking place, and it would never be actually a peaceful coexistence. So you put a lid on that speculation as of now. You put the concentration on the governance, fulfillment of those 5 guarantees, and of course the focus on the Lok Sabha elections.
Can I ask you, Pallavi, before I go to Harish also, is DK truly happy, or he's just biting the bullet for now, hoping that after 2024 the situation is going to change?
Well, for a man who's not usually very reticent, he was really very, very restrained. He kept on saying that I'm not going to talk about what happened behind the scenes, who called me up, who convinced me, but I'm ready to make this sacrifice once again. I guess he is disappointed. I mean, his brother certainly said it very openly that, you know, I wish he had become the chief minister. See, a man who wanted to become a CM has to settle for becoming a deputy CM. Obviously, he would be unhappy.
Harish, I'm coming to you. I have questions about the swearing-in ceremony that is being planned. But before that, what's the situation like on ground, within the supporter camps of both these leaders?
Well, just look at how things change, right, in politics. We are outside DK Shivakumar's house. Just remember and recollect the visuals that we saw on counting day here, and immediately after that, even before he headed to Delhi, the moment that now news has come out that he'll be a deputy chief minister and Siddaramaiah is the man who will become the chief minister, you don't see too many people here. Yes, he's not around. He's yet to land at HL in Bengaluru. But the party workers kind of gravitate towards where power is. That's natural. And you see a lot more people outside Siddaramaiah's house. And this is something that will play out for the next 2.5 years. This power tussle, this optics, that will be there. Every decision that's taken will be scrutinized. Every statement that will be made by these two leaders will be scrutinized to see if they're taking a jibe at the other. And this government will have to live with that. Remember, it wasn't easy for the government when it was a coalition government between the Congress and the JDS. Now it's a single-party government, but then those issues will still remain because you will have 2 power centers. A chief minister who perhaps has been told by the High Command that he would be here only for 2.5 years. He will always look for options to extend the tenure, while DK Shivakumar will always try to come back and ensure.
You know, I find this really remarkable, Harish. I was going to ask you exactly this. You said 2.5 years. So was that a Freudian slip, or is it that while the Congress is not accepting this on record, off record, there's a power sharing formula? And is it till 2024 for 1 year or for 2.5 years?
Well, the word from at least one of these camps here is that it's 2.5 years. They've been told that after 2.5 years, Siddaramaiah will step down and DK Shivakumar would become the chief minister. It's not just the Lok Sabha election. There are a whole list of local body elections that need to take place. There's a BBMP election that needs to take place. And post which DK Shivakumar would take over. That's what the assurance has come in. They've also been told very clearly that both of them will not talk about it in public. There will be no public bickering as well. And we understand Siddaramaiah has been told that whenever there's a major decision that's taken by the government, DK Shivakumar should be taken into confidence.
All right. It looks like the more things change, the more they stay the same in the Congress party. Pallavi, you want to come in very quickly? So this is ultimately a power sharing formula then?
Oh yes, absolutely, and Harish is right. I mean, we kept on asking this question repeatedly, but the indications are there, and I suspect post Lok Sabha elections there could be trouble in Karnataka. I mean, I'm sure DK Shivakumar would not want to keep quiet. Look, DK Shivakumar is repeatedly making the point that the 135 seats that they've got is also largely been because of his own effort. If the Congress party actually does very well from Karnataka Lok Sabha elections, he's going to flex its muscles. If the Congress party loses out at the centre once again and comes up with a very poor performance, it's going to make the central leadership look weak and we're going to be vulnerable. In fact, the vulnerability of the Congress High Command is one of the main reasons why we saw the power sharing not take place in Chhattisgarh as well as Rajasthan.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. Pallavi Ghosh and Harish Upadhyay, thanks a lot for joining us. But before we go across to some more special guests joining us, take a look at this report by my colleague Harish about the preparations ongoing before the swearing in.
The swearing-in ceremony of Karnataka's next Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is likely to be a grand affair with thousands of his supporters expected to take part in the ceremony, many of them coming from different parts of Karnataka. At the same time, the Congress party wants to send across a strong message about opposition unity on the same stage. Chief ministers of various states, including M.K. Stalin of Tamil Nadu and other states, along with Congress-ruled state chief ministers, are likely to be invited for the swearing-in to send across a strong message to the BJP ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. Interestingly, all eyes will be on Congress party to see how many ministers take oath alongside Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, and if they can ensure that both the camps are happy, and if all around 20 to 30 seats of cabinet ministers can be decided in a short span of time.
Speaking of Karnataka and possibly an uneasy truce between the two tall leaders of the Congress party, I want to go across to Veerappa Moily, former Karnataka Chief Minister, also joining us. Mr. Moily, thanks a lot for your time. The fundamental question on everybody's mind will be that will a truce and a healthy working relationship exist between these two leaders after what has happened? Because they very publicly staked their claim and fought a battle to be the Chief Minister. For now, it's Mr. Siddaramaiah. Could they work together?
Yeah. You know, the Congress is a very strong party with an excellent governance record in the state. And whenever we ran the government, you know, we always ran the government for a full 5 years. There was no break. And there is a recent record when Siddaramaiah ran the government for full 5 years. And he gave the stability to the government. He has a proven record of a strongest leadership, proven record of the best governance, proven record that he transformed the government into a poor man's government. You know, this is the proven record which the Congress has got. And, you know, all these 5 years, when all of us fought, you know, it is the collective effort and with the collective leadership that the entire Congress fought against the BJP. Because BJP is they have grown big because of the central government and they have grown big because they wanted to polarize the politics of Karnataka. And, you know, with that giant, we fought unitedly. I don't say that there was a division and, you know, they all fought, went together and, you know, sent that strong message of unity in the party. Today, just because 2-3 days time, you know, they could not settle the leadership issue, that doesn't mean, you know, that the instability is reflected. No, it is all, you know, all these people who are opposed to Congress principles, ideologies, they spread this canard, which is not correct at all. I know I have run the government as a chief minister, as a finance minister, and, you know, many positions in Karnataka. And, you know, for more than 55 years I have the experience. And with that experience and with that background, we all work with Devraj Aras, I worked with Virendra Patil, I worked with Bangarappa, I worked with Gundu Rao and many leaders. And we worked, and even in the government of India we worked. And with my experience, I can always tell you that Karnataka always witnessed a good governance, stable governance, and also the governance for the poor and social justice is concerned. I think Congress has given the best to Karnataka.
Okay.
And even with regard to the industrial development, governance, other things are concerned, I don't think, any other party could break the record which was established by the Indian National Congress.
Okay.
So in that way, we can always see a future of 5 years governance. Of course, all this talk of power sharing, this and that, that it may be an internal matter of the party.
I was going to come exactly to that. Virappa Moily, I was going to come to exactly to that because the power sharing public formulas have not worked for the Congress party. Do you believe that this time around they've had an off-record understanding with the leaders, behind the scenes understanding, but ultimately they'll have to give DKS something?
That is only the... No, but the question is this power sharing, other formula is only with the TV and channels. But it has not been, that idea is not been pronounced by the Congress party. In the absence of that, the strong leader like the Siddaramaiah and assisted ably by Shivakumar and the excellent team which we have lined up today, I think they will be in a position to give a very stable government, strong government and a governance for the state, and also the social justice system will be definitely properly given to the people of Karnataka. So in that case, I don't think, one can herald any doomsday for the Congress or for Karnataka. I think Karnataka will look for the better future. They always go for the best governance and ever given in Karnataka in these days.
Okay. Obviously nobody really fears that the government is going to be not stable because of the mandate that the Congress has got, even if there were issues. But as you know, Mr. Moily, that, ambitions don't die. And it looks like DK Shivakumar, who was not even willing to accept the deputy position and a power sharing agreement, has been assured something. Only then he would have relented. And then, of course, he has also staked the claim saying that I'm the one who worked to get these 135 MLAs elected in the state. Don't you feel it's a little unfair on him to remain deputy for the entire term?
In that case, many people, we have done a lot of unfair play on many leaders. Karnataka has seen many veterans, many veterans. And, they have, even when I was elected by the majority of the MLAs as a leader of the CLP, and, do you know who has proposed my name? It is S. Bangarappa who stood up and proposed my name. So this is a kind of a democratic polity which is always played by the Congress successfully. And, when it comes to the ultimate decision of the people, MLAs, and also the High Command, any leader worthy name, if he is a congressman, he will definitely adjust and work with the governance, and he will not, I don't think, there is fairness or unfairness there are a number of leaders. In that case, we may say that there are more than 50 leaders who are fit to be chief minister, even in the people who are elected.
Okay.
But do you think that all the 50 people can be accommodated by turns? No, it cannot be. But there is always a discipline in the party, and with that, Congress is known for that. And Congress has veterans who have put in, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years of service and able service, stable service. So they will be in a position to manage things. And I am very confident that this government will be a most stable government and run for 5 years without any... And to top all these things, Siddaramaiah is the strongest leader. I don't think you can buy...
So you're saying he can ably handle even if there are certain problems as far as running the government is concerned. Virappa Moily, my final question to you. You are exuding...
will be there when the men are there. You say dynamic society.
Sure.
You say when in a dynamic society, it is also a Congress is also a dynamic party. It's not a dictatorial party run by one part, one man like Narendra Modi. No, we are not run like this. We are most democratic way in which they conducted this ultimate approval for the leadership will demonstrate the fact this is all done, and they have bowed down to the democratic ethos of the party and the MLAs.
Okay.
So this
yeah,
has
I
to
think
be
fundamentally
appreciated.
it would have been the MLA's word as well, Mr. Moini.
Positive message has to go down to the people.
Fundamentally, it would have been the MLA's approval too. And we were, of course, we were told that Siddaramaiah had the majority of the MLAs backing him, and maybe that's why DK has had to relent. My final question to you, you are exuding a lot of confidence that there wouldn't be any internal instability. You're confident that Karnataka will not go the Rajasthan way? Sir, Rajasthan, we know what happened. Chhattisgarh, we know what happened.
No.
You're confident Karnataka will not go that way?
Rajasthan... No. Rajasthan way, it will go according to Karnataka way when we have the big, long, stable history of Indian National Congress governing the state for 5 full years. And this alone can deliver goods and not any other party. He is a democratically elected leader, but all the MLAs have, majority of the MLAs elected Siddaramaiah. They are not imposed by the High Command, like what Narendra Modi has practiced every state. And, this is the example. And this government, the launching of the government tomorrow, under the leadership of Siddaramaiah, will be definitely an open platform to launch definitely a positive trend in favor of the opposition parties as against Narendra Modi.
All right, I'll leave it at that. Veerappa Moily, thanks a lot for joining us. Congressmen very confident that this is going to be a stable government. There won't be any rocking issues as far as the two leaders are concerned. Let's also open this up to our other guests joining us. I have with me Ashok Gowda, who's the BJP spokesperson. Arshpreet Khadial is from the Congress party. Sanjay Jha, political analyst, is with us. BS Arun is senior journalist from the state of Karnataka. Sanjay Jha, why don't I begin with you once again? Will Karnataka go the Rajasthan way or no? Because ambitions don't die like this. And do you suspect that DKS will have to be accommodated eventually, maybe post 2024, or let's say even after 2.5 years, even if the Congress doesn't say so openly?
Well, Shivani, I think the good news is that the Congress party, I think, has handled this remarkably well. Both the leaders are titans. Both of them have performed brilliantly to give Congress a very emphatic victory. Both of them have a very legitimate right to believe that they ought to have been holding the premier position of being the chief minister. But, end of day, politics is about accommodation. And I can tell you one thing, Shivani, knowing how politics works at the ground level, that all politicians at the end of the day are very pragmatic, practical people. I think they all recognize that, today, if the Congress party has done well, DK has played a phenomenal role, and Mr. Siddaramaiah remains one of the most popular leaders within the Congress party, I think, across Karnataka. So I think the Congress party has handled this with deftness. I don't think they have taken at all very long time. Look at the BJP's track record. I don't think the BJP is a benchmark, but the Congress has done it well. And most importantly, and I think that for me is the real opportunity for the Congress, that between now and 2024, with the mood beginning to swing, with a lot of people questioning the BJP, not just its vulnerability, but also the political heft of the Prime Minister himself, I think if the Congress can demonstrate good governance over the course of the coming 1 year, I think not only will the Congress do well in Karnataka, but the Congress should use the Karnataka as an example of what the rest of the India can do, not just electorally, but in terms of governance.
Okay, I'll give you this much at least that, winning is a habit. And when you take tough decisions, but they yield results, like in Karnataka, it happened for the Congress party, it will be easier to sell those decisions and that discipline further. And I think Karnataka in that sense can be a template that, this is how we need to act when we're going into polls. This is how we need to act post-poll. And I think this could be, in that sense, a winning template for the Congress party. But each state can be a little different too. And Lok Sabha and state elections are different ball games. But sticking to what we're discussing today, a CLP meeting is going to be held by the Congress leaders very soon in Bengaluru. We'll get you some live updates. But BS Arun, what do you think was the clincher here? How did two people who weren't relenting, suddenly DKS has relented to everything he said he wasn't going to accept? Siddaramaiah has emerged as the clear winner here.
I think the key was the video conference that Sonia Gandhi has had with the Congress leaders, including Shivakumar, last night, and that perhaps was the clincher, because Shivakumar was not relenting. Over the last 3 to 4 days, we were seeing an unrelenting Shivakumar, who took the Karnataka Congress into the winning path along with Siddaramaiah. So he was, demanding that he be given the chief ministership and that he won't accept anything else under this so-called power-sharing agreement. And he has told almost everyone in the Congress party who matter that it was he who led the Congress, from the day of crisis when the party lost the Lok Sabha elections. They could win just one seat out of 28 in 2019. So that was the key. And then, the kind of performance that the Congress got, especially in Old Mysore, the region where Shivakumar comes from, and there the Congress did pretty well and did well better than the Janata Dal, which had been doing which had been showing good performance in that region. So it was because of him that the 5% of the Janata Dal votes came to Congress, and that's a huge show. Also, of course, Siddaramaiah has his own charisma and the vote catching ability. He's a mass leader, no doubt. But then contribution of Shivakumar also, cannot be looked down upon, because as the president of the Congress party in the state, he is the one who galvanized the party.
Fair enough. We're actually, in fact, getting some visuals. This is from the Bengaluru airport. A lot of people have collected. They're showering petals on DK Shivakumar's convoy. And he's waving to the crowd. This is not at his residence, by the way. This is from Bengaluru airport. So clearly some sort of show of strength or, putting up their leaders on a pedestal is going to happen. Even though DK Shivakumar has, eventually turned out to be someone who's lost out on the battle that he was fighting for the Chief Minister's post. Arshpreet Khadial, coming to you, the biggest question in front of the Congress is only this. ये एक म्यान में दो तलवारें नहीं होती हैं. अभी के लिए तो ये formula decide हो गया है. But can the two continue to work together without any bickering, give a good government, not stable, because stability is not a question, but give good government, and will DKS eventually still go for that chief minister's post after, let's say, 2 years? Will you have to relent?
Well, एक म्यान में दो तलवारें हो सकती हैं कि नहीं. I think this question should be first posed to the Bharatiya Janata Party, because everybody knows it for a fact. They have been saying, though, they have been repeating the phrase of two in Karnataka. But what about the Bharatiya Janata Parties too in the center? A lot of people haven't been talking about that. But first,
I don't think that both of the people at the center are fighting for the same position. I don't think it's an apples to apples comparison. But anyways, why don't we talk about Congress? These are visuals now coming in of Siddaramaiah landing in Bengaluru. He also has supporters on ground. Looks like these are Congress workers who have gathered to welcome both of their leaders. And Siddaramaiah, who's now the Chief Minister-elect, is also being showered with love and flower petals by the Congress workers. The CLP meeting is about to begin. Of course, these two leaders will be part of that. Yes, Arshpreet, continue.
So, I'd like to congratulate, first of all, the people of Karnataka who have successfully ousted the Bharatiya Janata Party for their years of misrule and mismanagement. Second of all, you see, I feel sorry for the Bharatiya Janata Party that this time their coveted operation, known by the name of Operation Lotus, will not even be feasible because, we have won by a double majority against the Bharatiya Janata Party. Number three, the delay, the so-called delay. I think the BJP has forgotten their past, how much time it took for them to choose the CM new.
All of that is over now. Arshpreet, all of that is over now. Nobody's talking about that now. My question to you is, can the two work together and give you a stable, effective government?
Definitely, 100%. If the Bharatiya Janata Party can replace 5 CMs in 7 months and they wouldn't even say a word about it, it does not reflect, companionship or camaraderie. It reflects Danda Tantar, Bhay Tantar, dictatorship. In our party, if leaders can speak, that reflects democracy. That reflects freedom of speech and expression. Dissent is the safety wall of democracy. So let's appreciate if somebody can speak in our party, and let's not appreciate if nobody can speak in the Bharatiya Janata Party.
I don't know why you keep bringing in the BJP. Nobody's comparing this to the BJP.
It is what it is. You talked of Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan.
Yeah, that's Congress ruled states.
It is. But just because our leaders can speak freely does not mean that there is something wrong with it. It is wrong
I don't think, because you brought up Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, I don't think that that's something that you can say as a blanket for the Congress party. We know what the troubles in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh have been. We're getting some reactions from Bengaluru as well. We'll cut to them in just a bit. But
could happen to others as well.
Okay, anyways, Ashok Gada, the BJP keeps getting talked about because you've been raising a lot of questions over the Congress party because you, in a way, begrudged their mandate and also the due process that they want to follow.
It is a very happy moment for all of us.
Apparently, let's understand. We have been saying that Congress is a split house with two doors open. That is one led by Siddaramaiah and another led by DK Shivakumar. That's what was showcased for all these 4 days from last Saturday afternoon till today. So that leaving that apart, and I was just listening to Veerap Moily and as well as my co-panelist in this panel. So they don't know probably the Veerap Moily has forgotten how he was elected as a chief minister. And there was there an electoral process? Apparently, he has forgotten that his name came through a lakote. Lakote means the covered envelope, and the name was read, and including the Bangarappa was made a CM in the airport. And Congress history has never been democratical, including the book written by Ghulam Nabi Azad says it pin to pin how Congress has destroyed the democracy, internal democracy as well as external democracy. I am not saying this is said by Ghulam Nabi Azad, who has worked in Congress for almost 5 decades, and he has clearly stated what are the examples why Congress cannot be called democratical. I agree that we took 9 days when electing Yogi Adityanath ji as a CM. Yes, but there was no dispute or anything. There was nothing like claiming. But we wanted to make sure that UP gets the best chief minister who can maintain the law and order and who can maintain the issues of UP, because 23 crore people, one state with diverse issues happening in UP. That is the only reason we took 9 days.
In any case, I think all of these comparisons are now moot. The government is going to be formed in Karnataka. It is going to be a stable Congress government because I don't think that the numbers are in any kind of distress. The only question, Sanjay Jha, which I'm repeating, is whether Congress can walk this tightrope. I don't think the tightrope has ended for them because, emissions wouldn't die down for the next 5 years. And whether Congress can avoid a repeat of Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh in Karnataka. Only on that point, Sanjay Jha.
Shivani, let me assure you, for the Congress party, the victory in Karnataka is not just about beating the BJP, but it opens up doors to the possibilities of actually working with the opposition parties to take on the BJP and, expose its fragility in terms of governance, the kind of polarization they have done across the country. So you'll find significant stake here. And let me make a point. Mr. Kharge, who happens to be the Congress president, I think providentially enough, also belongs to Karnataka. So, today the Congress is going to make Karnataka, in my opinion, an experiment, a test case of what the Congress can do, which the BJP cannot match. And
but Sanjay, can I just ask you, I sense a lot of fixation over Karnataka, and fair enough, you've got a big mandate there, you've got 2024 coming in. But there are other states that the Congress rules that are going to polls next. Focus on Rajasthan, focus on Chhattisgarh. You cannot be fixated on the Karnataka alone for the next 1 year.
Absolutely. Shivani, I'm not going to deny that the Rajasthan issue needs to be resolved. It's been delayed for far too long. I'm not going to deny that there are going to be egos in politics, and this is part of the intra-party dynamics. But I want to make one point here. I always believe, and I'm not quoting Sun Tzu in The Art of War, but the winner must show grace and humility. I think the Congress has shown that. But let me also tell the BJP, I heard Mr. Gowda speak, when you lose, I think it is also important to demonstrate an appreciation of the fact that you have been told by the people to be in the opposition. Also, you need to demonstrate some degree of decency here. Running down the Congress and making all these nasty comments that the government will fail is ridiculous. This will boomerang further against the BJP.
Fair enough. I have limited time. Let me give BS Arun 30 seconds and two of our other guests also. BS Arun, what are the pitfalls here for the Congress party? Or is it now everything is sorted out? There are no cracks to be papered over?
No, not at all. The next immediate challenge will be the cabinet formation.
Yes.
In Karnataka, there are several veteran Congress leaders who have got elected in this assembly. And then comes the issue of caste balance will come. The issue of regional balance will come. So it's going to be a Herculean task. And also the followers of DK Shivakumar, followers of Siddaramaiah, who has to be given how many? All these things will come. I think the cabinet formation
will be the next crucial benchmark.
It's a bigger challenge.
It's a bigger challenge, certainly, because they've also gone for just one deputy chief minister. Arshpreet, because it is the Congress's day, I just want to give you 30 seconds. But please respond to the question that I'm asking, which Sanjay Jha was also talking about, that you've got other problems that you have to deal with. You cannot just keep soaking in the euphoria and, basking in the glory of Karnataka alone. For 2024, there are bigger challenges.
Of course, the first challenge is that the Bharatiya Janata Party has created a big house of cards on the basis of false promises, on the basis of lies. This house of cards has already started to crumble, and you'll see it'll vanish by the time 2024 arrives. Number two, it's not just Karnataka. It was Himachal before it. It was then the Shimla Corporation, then the Jalandhar by-election. BJP has been losing it all. Delhi MCD. So the Bharatiya Janata Party's time has come. And number two, you talked of, how the CMs are being chosen, etc. What's been happening. Till date in Karnataka, only 3 CMs have been able to have a full term. And those 3 have been from the Congress party.
Fair enough. The Congress has anyways always had the lion's share of the vote share in Karnataka. This time that saw a massive jump as well, but at the cost of the JDS. Let's not forget the BJP vote share was also intact. I leave it at that. All of those analysis has been done. I thank our guests for joining us. We're slipping into a very short break, but as the visuals from Bengaluru suggest, that CLP meeting is about to suggest in a few minutes, begin in a few minutes from now. On the other side, we'll get you some live updates.